PJ.
Yes, PJ's in the clique. PJ's first road trip as Baldo Montoya was with me. And I knew him when he was doing jobs. His first win on TV was because of me. He pinned Mike Rotunda, IRS, in the gimmick when they were doing the whole Kid thing, when Kid beat me. Yes, he's clique. His first road trip, I did the Kurt Hennig thing, like, yeah, you're with me, young guy. You know, instead of making him drive. Then it's like the Kurt, here, take this. What is it? Just take it. Take it. I remember we were in Burlington, Vermont, where I think the University of Vermont is. So it's like a sweet little town. And we were in some bar that was downstairs. And I remember as we're leaving the bar, he falls up the stairs. And these young college dudes are bouncers. They're all laughing. I said, what are you laughing for? He's driving. And they just laughed. I mean, I feel kind of guilty sometimes for being the guy who introduced him to pills and stuff. But yeah, he's clique through and through.
Well, it's good to know. That part's kind of been erased from the clique history.
He with Shane was... see, I get mad at you if you're not a good performer. Like if I have to work for you and with you and you suck, then you have heat with me. He came in with the reputation as being great, and my role as Razor was, I always say it was like being Tito Santana. I was upper middle babyface. If you went through me, you would work with Kev or Shawn Michaels. If you couldn't have a good match with me, you went down. And he came in, and I'm thinking, well, I could just do with him the stuff I did with Shawn, because he's kind of the same size, probably the same kind of athlete. No, not near. He's slow. He's heavy. I think he's so overrated.
Well, he said this, so Ramsey.
No, I'm sure he buried me.
Seth, well, it's more a clique thing.
Yeah, he buried we're holding guys down, doing this and that. No, bro.
It's a Carl Oulet story.
Back in the hotel that night, the days in Montreal. And as we're walking into the room, the clique walks in behind us and taps me on the shoulder and said, hey, we're in the room, whatever. We're getting pizza and beer. Come on down. We want to talk to you. So I go down to the room, and as I walk in, they're talking about this thing with Carl. But they get back into the room, and you know, Shawn's really just ramping it up. You know, he's motherfucker, blah blah blah. And Shawn goes, I know. Let's call Vince and have him fire him. And as Kevin went to pick the phone up, I forget which one it was, but it was either Shawn or Ray's one. I said, no, hold on a second. They put the phone back down. I said, let's think about this. We can do better. And they're like sort of like pushing it back and forth. And finally go, I know, I got it. Let's have Vince McMahon starving for 2 years. And I remember watching it. It was like I was watching somebody be verbally raped. You know, like here's a guy who's done absolutely nothing wrong, has done absolutely everything to help the company.
Was that a picture of a dick, some reference to him that was just there? Because I...
Fly first class, they get picked up by limousines, as the rest of the grunts, us grunts are out there driving ourselves all over the creation, sitting in the middle seats in the back of the plane.
I don't remember any limos unless it was like an office appearance.
Get Vince to starve this guy. It's only trying to feed his family like anybody else is.
Who's he talking about? Carl, one of the
Carl Oulet, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
enough of this. He's just going to go on and on. I mean, I don't get what his beef is. I don't ever remember ever saying to Vince, don't pay this guy, don't do shit, don't do any of that. But some of these guys revel in this, and he's smart enough to know that if he talks shit about the clique, that it's controversial, and people will remember who he is.
Well, he put on his Dean gimmick, Dean cap, and graded you.
Oh, he was so fucking brutal. He was so brutal. His first Europe tour.
Only because I worked with him. I'd seen him in the past when he would go, when he was in the AWA and the Diamond Stud. He certainly has the capacity to go, or had the capacity. But as of late and towards the end of his career, and the bulk of his time on top, I'd say work rate was, B minus. But when that said, when he wanted to go, he could go. He could do it. He had the ability. Promos, I personally just was never into the whole fake, Cuban, whatever it was. It just seemed, and that's not a slap at him, it's a slap at the WWE. It's that whole cornball, cartoon character thing.
Yeah, because it's not near as legit as that Dean thing.
Being able to go out and maintain a crowd's audience, an audience's attention rather. Personality.
What grade would you give him on the promos?
On the promos,
totally the shits.
No, not totally the shits, but keep in mind they were totally written. So it's in that sense, because it was something that was just written and just basically reading off a script, I would say an F. I like the guys that, and again, that's a slap for him. That's what the WWF wanted him to do. personality, I think that you know, he's you know, when he had the character of, you know, machismo and all that kind of thing going on, that it gets right back to, again, the contrivedness of it, the canned aspect of it. I didn't like, so I would say you know, a C at best on that.
Would you like to grade Shane on the above?
I don't harbor any ill will towards these guys.
No, you don't have to give ill will, but a report card.
I just think, wow, super overrated and didn't deliver. He came in with huge expectations and fell short. And he, to the point where one time, like on the Europe tours, you kind of had to earn your seat in the back of the bus. And so, but he was new, so everybody's working with him. I got to work with him. So I'm thinking, fuck yeah, I want this guy to fit in and get over and shit, you know, because I got to carry this fucker around. But I remember by the end of the tour, like one time, Yoko was one of the big leaders of the locker room, and we're sitting in the back of the bus, and Shane is real happy to be Shane. He goes on and on about Shane, and so he's talking this and that. And one time Yoko went, man, why don't you just shut the fuck up and do what Razor wants you to do? You know, it's just like, by the end of the tour, he was sitting in the very front of the bus on the little seat that drops down from the side, like the little fold-out thing, like sitting there like this, like, I want to go home.
Roger Rutherford, hey Scott, big fan. I was curious about the reaction of the ECW locker room when you showed up there, and Shane Douglas said he pretty much ran you off. Thanks for shooting.
Yeah, I did. PJ was in town and in Orlando, and they were in town, and he was staying at my home. And so I went to the show with them, and when I went in, they were like in there like doing some New Japan thing where they're all in the ring like working out, and Bam Bam and Shane, and I walked in like, hey guys, what's up anyway? And now they all feel real bold, like, no man, you know, you got to go. We don't want him here. And I went, fuck, you don't want him here? I'm out of here. You know, why?